Hey, Dr. Harris, one of my favorite chapters in The Stone and the Glory is when you talk about the woman at the well. It's a very touching chapter. It has brought me to tears several times reading it. I've heard you do it in two classes. It's such a moving um, way that you wrote that, and it just really makes me feel like I was there watching this unfold and watching this take place. We don't know a lot about the woman at the well, and I'm curious if you get to meet her in heaven, what would you ask her? What would you want to talk to her about?
I guess I had to back up, Kevin, on just the sense of the process of doing that. And I remember being at our house in North Carolina and out on the screened-in porch and writing that. And I'm glad you described it the way you did. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to bring to light this interaction with Jesus and this woman, and trying to do so that I did not want to go beyond the boundaries of Scripture. I didn't want to interject too much into that other than what we could logically deduce from the text. And what you told me amazed me that Andy, and Bill, when I was at Southeastern and working on glory chapters, my best class of the semester, we'd end up reading a glory chapter sometime. Noggin was in on some of those. We would end up reading parts of a glory chapter, sometimes do the Lord's table. And so we would, and the first time that I did the one, Noggin, were you ever in there when I did the woman on the well, or was that another class?
I was there for the one in the well. I think that was we did that for Isaiah. I thought.
Yeah, that's right, for Isaiah. And I was telling Kevin that I remember the first time that I did it, I cried when I wrote it, but I thought, well, that's just me. And then I did it, I read it for our class at night. And for some reason, it just touched people. I think they saw their own salvation story in there. I think they saw the shepherd seeking the lost. And they were able to see Jesus not just going after, as a good shepherd would, the woman at the well, but going after Gentiles in America that happen to be living 2,000 years, give or take, later. Kevin, back to the other question. I don't, yeah, I am looking forward to having everybody over to my heavenly dwelling place one at a time to get to hear their testimonies. I'm going to throw big banquets as well. God's picking up the bill, so I'm not a bit worried about this. But I look forward. I mean, I did the best that I could peeking in to her story. I want to hear everybody's testimony. We've got time, and I want to have every angel over to my heavenly dwelling place. And again, we've got time to do this. I don't know if I have a specific question to ask her. Maybe I would ask her this. Did I get the description right? Was that a close description for somebody 2,000 years removed from the situation? I guess that would be it. I think also with this, though, that I think all of us would just be in amazement of being in heaven and being in the presence of God, having our sin nature completely taken away. And I look forward to that as much as I do anything else. Let me throw one back at you, Kevin. Did you have a particular question in mind that you would ask her when you meet her?
I think that I would want to know what the walk back to the city was like. What was she thinking as she was heading um, back to tell everybody what had just happened? I would love to know her emotions and her thoughts and everything that she was processing because Jesus gave her so much to process just in that small conversation. Would just very much like to know uh, what she was. I mean, did she run? Did she sprint? Did she walk slowly so she could think it through? What happened there? So that would be my question to her.
Well, as an ex-runner before hip replacement, I think she ran. I think she's so excited. I think she ran, and if Getty happened to found out that she skipped, that would be fine. But they're really that the line in there, and I'm not sure if this is an exact quoting, but she came to the well that day, an outcast among outcasts.
Mm-hmm.
she left that day a princess.
Right.
And that's our story. Take out the feminine gender part, but that's for all of us. The day that we encountered Jesus, we went away entirely different with that.